All right, so first question, could you briefly tell us about like the mission of the Bessie Smith Cultural Center and your role as president here?
Yes, so the mission of the Bessie Smith Cultural Center is to preserve and celebrate African American history, and we do that through art, education, research, and entertainment. And so that is right now our primary focus as we focus on African American history.
Excellent.
I've actually been involved with the center for over 15 years. I actually started as a consultant working on special events and fundraising, and then that has just progressed to my role now, which I've been in since March of 2018 as president. And my role there, the main focus is I make sure that we're fiscally stable and we're, financially able to do what we do and carry on our mission. And I oversee that we're sticking to our vision and mission and making sure that our programming, our exhibits, and everything fall into that category of what we're doing. My meaningful things is every time, and it's about daily now, that we have a school group come in and seeing the kids come in. But what's been interesting is you'll see students will be out and then you'll hear one say, hey, I know them. That's my neighbor. Why is he up in the museum? And we can explain, and they don't realize that their neighbor was in the middle of the civil rights movement here in Chattanooga, and they're like, or we had one come in and she goes, that's my aunt. Well, it was Venus Lacey that was the Olympic basketball players. She's like, you're his Aunt Venus, not someone that should be in a museum. So having the kids light up, especially when they go to the music section, they put on the headphones and you see them dancing to Usher's music or Kane Brown's, and they're just getting into the music. And we've took videos, we've got pictures of that, but just the impact in their faces lining up because they're learning something more about their community and their neighbors. So that's been, meeting people that come in through here. Memorable, yeah, meeting Usher and having my photo in it taken with him, but more so being able to take him on a tour of the museum and share things with him.
I was wanting to ask, you were mentioning like the kids coming in, and I read about there being like the porch with the readings for younger kids. Could I just ask a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we started that actually during the pandemic as kids were all learning from home and on their Zooms and having a whole new way of learning. Um, as we said, we renovated, but at that time, it's like we need to keep doing some educational things. So we brought in community members during that time, and they would read a book by an African American author, which a lot of the authors that we've chosen were local authors. But the community member and staff's grandkids read. We've got some of Beli's grandkids reading, but we would read the book and tell them our thoughts on it. And now we've just started Bessie's Book Club, which is getting local community members talking about a book, and it may be a book they've written because we've gotten some of those authors to come in. But the kids can come into our kids section now. We have those videos that they can listen to, and we have the book so they can sit there and follow along in the book and learn about the history. So that having them and getting them more engaged in reading has been important to us as well. Yeah, you can tell I'm passionate about this place. That's why I've been in Evan, and they can attest to that. I do it in meetings if we start talking about the facility. Like right now, we're meeting with people to start telling them our vision, the Dream Forward project, and I get excited. And the mayors are like, "Okay, calm down, we got you." But I'm passionate about it. I want to see. That's what's brought me here is just making sure this story is told accurately. A lot of things are being taken out of museums right now. They're not here because it's part of telling an accurate and truthful story. You have to tell the good with the bad. If we don't, we can't change and we can't make any difference in the future. And that's what we're looking at.